And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Douglas calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
15 for the Niners there and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down, San Francisco.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now first and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'm thinking give much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Haskins on first down. This is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Pick it up. Line 40. 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
And right away, he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. 12. Check.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake it. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Luck. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fights him off. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Haskins, third and long. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a first and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
It's third and 1.
Look out! 290! 3 bucks. One day, 11Z.
Luck looks to throw on third and 1. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. Haskins looking to throw on first down. It's caught. Lockett. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, it's Douglas, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Get that quarterback!
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check 4. 56. Mike, 56 right there.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Douglas, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
You ain't got nothing. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
Throwing on third down, Love. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, check 24, check 24. Check the backer, check the backer. Check 99.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Switch. Go. Mike 56.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
5, 6, 5. 54 Mike. Now watch run. 12. Watch the kick. Alpha.
They'll run on first down. It's Ball. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 5-4.
Bravo!
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck flushed out right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, dude. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 11B. That can go full strength. Mike 54. Hey, wahoo. It's been a long day.
Out of the gun, Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Neal. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Luck. This is Shepard on the catch. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one 28 yards on the ground. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Luck now to throw. He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Five. I'm trying to collect.
Throwing is Luck. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Come on. Hey, Steve 6. 12. Mike's 54. All day, baby, all day.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
He's scared. Watch out. Flare. Check 37.
On 3rd down, Douglas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On the ready. 56. Check 56. You're not ready. You're not ready. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They go play action with Haskins. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mark 56. Mark 56. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Under 10. 10.
On third down, Douglas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go. Mr. Pittsburgh. Cut. Jack. Rush in.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Ninth play of the drive now on third and a country mile.
Check 43. Sure. Watch the city weapon. Hot 7. 56 at the max. Good. Get in the weight room. Hey, alert 3. Sponge.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He finds Douglas complete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game, and he can't get rid of it, he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Check. Watch 54.
Throwing on second and long. Luck is going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Luck. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with his man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
At the 50-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run the counter. It's Douglas. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Haskins will throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins flushed to us. And it caught it up. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hey, Haywood!
Luck on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, Urban. Just like that. Mike, 50.
From the gun, here's Lott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Mexico.
From his goal line here, Lott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Now they're setting up the wide receiver screen here on the right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lott. It's caught. Shepard. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Lott. Throw left side complete. That's Neal. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
11. Hey, Delta.
To throw again on second down. Luck throwing the out route incomplete. It's Neal. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. To the air again. Luck. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Neal. 4 yards on the dump off at second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
61, match, watch, right. 12. Go.
Luck throwing again. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Now a first down throw. Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Record. Watch twins.
Now Luck. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Hey, Charlie.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Check 15.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. But now it'll be 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Here I come again.
third down. It's Douglas. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Love. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
This complete to Lockett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
On second down, it's Douglas.
You ain't going nowhere.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, it's Love. Over the middle, complete. That's ball. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go, Mexico. 11. Watch the slant. Motion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, echo. Mike 5-4.
Out of the gun. Luck. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there or the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch up. Kill. Watch safety green. Safety green.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's go.
To George Kittle. A gain of 22 yards. And a 49er 1st down.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Douglas. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Haskins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 3.
Here we go with Haskins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is
now a hit and lock, lost the football, it's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense. So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes